Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? My name is Sabrina and welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything positive mindset, personal development, and just creating a version of yourself and a life that you love. And in today's video, I'm going over 3 reasons why you might be mentally blocked and how to free yourself from these mental blockages. If you like what you hear today, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up to help out the channel. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, the first reason you might be mentally blocked is a huge one. And this is due to the programming of your mind, due to the subconscious programming. And if you're not familiar with this, or if you don't fully understand what this means, basically from the ages of 0 to 7, our minds are wide open and we are absorbing everything of what reality means, of how to live on this planet, how to survive in our human bodies, and we're just absorbing everything and accepting it as our own. Our conscious mind, our frontal lobes aren't formed yet, so therefore we don't have that inner dialogue of like, this isn't right, or that's weird, like, why are things being done that way? We just accept everything so that we can best learn and survive in our environment. Now, because of this, a lot of us absorb beliefs and things about reality and things about ourselves that are very untrue. But regardless, it becomes part of our belief system, which becomes part of like our rule book, which we start to live by. So we live by all of these kinds of rules that have been set in place by our parents, by what we saw on TV, by what was around us, babysitters, who knows, just everything around you was influencing you. So say that your parents are fighting and you don't even consciously think this, but you just see your parents fighting and you're like, okay, like love is hard, love is painful, love equals yelling. And so you accept that as part of your rule book. And then you will subconsciously start to live by that. Or maybe your parents say like, oh, money's hard to come by, money doesn't grow on trees, and they're very like nitpicky about everything. And then you have the belief of, money's hard to come by. You have to work really hard for money. Or maybe as a child there was, some very wealthy person on TV and your parents had mentioned like, oh, like rich people are selfish and rich people are greedy and rich people aren't even happy anyway. Something along those lines, and then you subconsciously accept that and you're like, okay, this is what it means to be rich. I don't want to be rich because that would mean I'm selfish and greedy and I'm not happy and all of those things. So why would I want to be rich? And so these things are ingrained into our subconscious mind. And as we grow older and our frontal lobe forms and we're able to make rational decisions for ourselves, we are still inherently living by our subconscious mind, our literal like child mind from what was programmed in those ages. And the subconscious mind, where we hold all of those beliefs and those thoughts and those feelings about things, control about 95% of our everyday actions. It controls what we do, it controls what we think, it controls how we feel, it controls our automatic reactions. And we also have a filter system in our minds called the reticular activating system, but this will literally distort and delete information from your reality based off of what it already believes and what it thinks is important. And your mind is like a confirmation bias. So if you have a belief from your subconscious programming from when you were a child that love is hard or that money is hard to come by, when you see a circumstance of a couple who's like deeply in love, you're going to distort it in your mind and you're like, he's probably cheating on her. Or you're going to have a thought of like, oh, I see the way they look at each other and they're actually like not happy. Or you're going to have a thought of, that's not going to last forever. Or maybe the thought of, okay, maybe they're happy, but like that doesn't happen to everybody. Or when you see someone easily making a bunch of money, you're going to distort that information and saying, well, their parents were wealthy, they just got it from their parents. Or saying like, yeah, that's a weird situation and that's really not possible for the majority of people. And you're going to see situations differently. You're going to perceive situations according to what is programmed in your subconscious. And this can feel really tiring and can make you really stuck in a situation because of this programming, because of this way you think, because of the way your mind works. And you're going to block yourself from achieving goals that conflict what is programmed. So if you're wanting to be in a super happy relationship and in love with your soulmate, but you have the subconscious programming that love is hard and love is painful, you are going to hold a lot of resistance about it in your mind and in your body, and you're going to subconsciously, in order to protect yourself, this is a survival mechanism, like prevent yourself from falling in love, and you're going to prevent a healthy relationship from happening. You might cause arguments in your relationship because of this programming, which causes this mental block. Same thing with the money example. If you have the subconscious programming that rich people are greedy, that rich people are selfish, that rich people rip people off, you are only going to perceive that. And when you have the opportunities to make more money, you're going to like blow all the money, or you're going to self-sabotage it, or your mind is going to do something to prevent it to happen as a survival mechanism. And so what to do about this is to reprogram the subconscious, reprogram the mind, reprogram what had been originally programmed that's actually limiting us. And it may have kept us safe, it may have kept us in a comfort zone and allowed us to survive our lives until now, but now we want to surpass those limits. Now we want to create more for ourselves. Now we can make the conscious decisions and be aware of the red flags of relationships so that you can avert yourself and have that happy relationship so that you don't fall in love with somebody who has a bunch of toxic tendencies. When you have the subconscious programming that love is easy, that you are worthy of love, and that love is rewarding and fun, and whatever positive beliefs about love that you want to have, you then create that reality for yourself. You then perceive, your mind starts to then point out the couples that have happy relationships, and you start to find evidence of that, and you start to see that, and you start to experience that as your reality. Same thing with the example of money. When you start to have the beliefs and have the programming that money is easy to come by, that money just flows to you effortlessly, your mind will then start to pick up on easy money making opportunities. Your mind will make it really easy to take action on doing the things that will make you money. You will start to see yourself as a wealthy person. You will start to make smart decisions with money because you're not self-sabotaging it. You have the identity and you have the programming that money comes easily to you. And so your mind's going to see that and you're going to take action on that, and that is going to be your reality. And so doing this simple thing of reprogramming your subconscious completely shifts the entire way of how you perceive reality and feel about your reality and think about your reality and experience your reality. You can experience a completely different reality if you just switch your subconscious programming. But having the subconscious programming with limiting beliefs that have been programmed in your mind that do not serve you, that influence you to live a more limited, smaller type of life, then you're going to be mentally blocking yourself from having these things that you want, having these things that are incongruent to your subconscious programming. And you can reprogram your subconscious through hypnosis, which is my favorite way. You can reprogram your subconscious through meditation, through consciously just like identifying your limiting beliefs, what has been programmed, and then finding evidence that the new positive belief exists. That way your mind starts to identify with different things, and it's like, wait, this isn't true. Okay, this is actually, I think this is true. And you, over time, when you start to keep finding that evidence and keep affirming to yourself that this is what reality is, then you start to slowly reprogram that subconscious with repetition and with a lot of emotion. You can also reprogram your subconscious with subliminal messaging. And I really focus heavily on subconscious reprogramming in my signature program because of how transformational it is. But that is one reason why you are mentally blocked. The second reason is that you are attaching to identity labels that don't serve you, because you are what you identify with. And I want you to get really honest with yourself here and ask yourself, how do you talk to yourself? What do you call yourself? What do you think when you look at yourself in the mirror? What do you think when you wake up? What do you think about yourself when you wake up in the morning? What do you say about yourself to your friends, to your loved ones? What do you say about yourself to yourself? Are you saying, I'm broke? Are you saying like, oh, haha, like I'm just the type of person who attracts all these toxic guys into my life? Even as a joke, don't even joke about this stuff, because like literally don't even say it out loud. Don't even think about it, because your subconscious mind doesn't understand that you're just joking. Your subconscious mind is still influenced by the words you're saying. Even if you're saying, I'm not lazy or I'm not stupid, your subconscious mind is like, oh, like I'm lazy, I'm stupid. And it's identifying with the energy of those words. And if you identify with someone who is broke, again, that filtering system in our minds are going to distort and delete information depending on that, because it's based off of your belief system. Your belief, I am broke. And so it's going to perceive a reality of which you don't make money. If there's a money making opportunity, it's going to distort reality and like almost block that from you, because you're identifying with being the certain way. Same thing if you say like, oh, I'm lazy, or oh, I'm just not a healthy person, or whatever. your mind is going to automatically start acting like that unhealthy person, act like that lazy person. And you're going to feel very blocked to act a different type of way that you don't identify with, because your mind is like, this isn't me. So really work on the way you're speaking to yourself, the way you talk to yourself, even to your friends, the way you think about yourself, and start to affirm that you are who you want to be, that you have what you want to have. And instead of joking about all your relationships being like a shit show, start to affirm that you have high standards and that you have boundaries and that you don't let anybody stay in your life that don't fully respect you and love you and see your worth. So that is the second reason of why you might be mentally blocked to achieving what you want or attracting what you want. Now, the third reason that you may be mentally blocked is that you're holding on to your past, and you also might be making it mean something about yourself too. So say that you got like rejected from a school that you really wanted to get into, for example, and you're taking it as, I'm a failure, I'm not smart enough, or whatever. You're making that mean something about you. You're now holding on to those identities, and you're now resonating with that energy of being a failure, of not being smart. And a lot of times our minds do like to hold on to past circumstances because, again, it may be a survival mechanism, and our minds want to protect us and make sure that if something negative happened, it doesn't happen again, and so we'll hold on to it. But when we hold on to it, we hold on to this negative energy of it, and whether we're conscious of it or if it's going on subconsciously, that negative energy is still inside of you, and you're still making something from your past means something negatively about you that doesn't serve you, that doesn't serve your expansion and your growth. And so we want to take 100% responsibility for our lives here. And taking 100% responsibility does not mean that what happened to your past was your fault. It just means that something happened, and it's your responsibility to make sure that you heal from it, that you grow from it, that you work through it. And what is really helpful for this is this really powerful forgiveness practice that I have on my channel that I'll link above. But when you do this practice, you really like energetically accept whatever had happened in the past, and you let it go, and you don't make it mean anything about yourself, and you really free yourself from whatever has happened in the past, and especially with yourself. Any past failures that you might have had, or any past mistakes that you might have made. Really work on forgiving yourself and working through that and letting go of your past, because that can also be a major mental block in achieving your goals and attracting your desires. So that is it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, again, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Feel free to share this video with anyone you feel may want to hear it. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.